The Batman release postponed in Russia. The Batman won't be launching in Russia on its scheduled release date, in the wake of the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Earlier today, Warner Media shared that the release has been paused in the country, citing the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. In light of the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, Warner Media is pausing the release of its feature film The Batman in Russia. We will continue to monitor the situation as it evolves. We hope for a swift and peaceful resolution to this tragedy. Via Warner Media. Now, the film won't be coming out on 3rd March. Instead, a release date is expected to be scheduled when a resolution is reached. The statement comes following earlier reports that the film would still be launching in the country despite the ongoing conflict. Warner Bros. Are gearing up to launch The Batman around the globe later this week. DC fans in Russia will need to wait for an official announcement of when the movie will be made available in their country. This announcement comes after Disney made a similar decision to pull its movies from Russian theaters, including the upcoming Pixar animated film Turning Red. The company shared it will monitor the situation in the region before making further decisions and announced that they are working with NGO partners to provide urgent aid and other humanitarian assistance to refugees. It also isn't clear when Disney will choose to bring their movies back to Russian cinemas. This could mean that depending on the length of the conflict, Marvel fans in the country may also miss out on the release of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness when it drops in May. Joe Manganiello teases DCEU fans with Deathstroke profile picture. Joe Manganiello is teasing DCEU fans on Instagram. His profile picture now features the actor in character as Deathstroke. The one-time Spider-Man star switched from Marvel to DC for Justice League, which was supposed to be just the beginning for Manganiello as Slade Wilson, the iconic supervillain from the comics. However, due to the Snyderverse coming to a premature end, Manganiello's only subsequent appearance came in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which offered a few additional scenes of the crackshot assassin. But could Manganiello be cooking up something else with Warner Bros? Maybe, maybe not. But he's certainly got fans talking about it with the latest Instagram update. The Magic Mike actor's new display picture is a psychedelic shot of himself sporting his look from ZSJL, with Slade's eye patch and bleached mohawk haircut. Manganiello didn't make any kind of comment on the avatar switch, leaving fans to speculate on the reasons behind it. Once upon a time, a Deathstroke movie was in the works, with the Raid's Gareth Evans attached to direct. The film would have been a mid-budget actioner that explored Wilson's origin story. The project never went anywhere, however, and as far as we know, there is nothing for Deathstroke on the horizon. Back in December, Manganiello admitted that he has little confidence he'll be invited back to reprise the part, saying that he let that go a while ago. But if he's put the role in his rearview mirror, then what's with this Instagram update? Well, with Warner's always looking to expand their DC output on HBO Max, it's feasible he may have gotten a Deathstroke solo project off the ground, finally, this time as a streaming exclusive. We don't want to get our hopes up, but the DCU has surprised us before by bringing back characters we never thought we would see again. Morbius fans still aren't sure why Michael Keaton's MCU Vulture is in the movie. After Sony dropped the newest Morbius trailer Monday, many fans have mixed feelings about a cameo from Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture. While Vulture is a Spider-Man bad guy, and Morbius takes place in Sony's Spider-Man universe, he also has inextricable ties to the separate, but related, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Cinema's first portrayal of the Vulture character was in the MCU in Spider-Man: Homecoming. In fact, his origin is directly tied to Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, since he was originally a scrap contractor cleaning up Stark Tower after the Battle of New York. The Tom Holland-helmed Spider-Man films are sort of the overlapping section of the Venn diagram of the MCU and SSU, and not all the characters in each universe crossover. Keaton's latest appearance in the Morbius trailer occasioned one fan to ask, can they just stop the act and say it takes place in the MCU? Because why else would the MCU Vulture be in the movie? Then again, since a previous trailer for Morbius showed Oscorp Tower, which was established in Spider-Man: No Way Home as not existing in the MCU, another Twitter user concluded, there is no way it takes place in the MCU. However, in No Way Home, Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange opens the floodgates for multiverse shenanigans with a botched spell. That includes revealing there are multiple versions of some characters in other universes. So it's entirely possible Keaton's Vulture may be a variant. Since the SSU's Venom, played by Tom Hardy, slipped into the MCU for a moment as a result of Strange's botched spell in No Way Home, that seems to establish that some characters can cross over from one universe into the other. As such, another fan could not figure out whether this may be MCU's Vulture having slipped into the SSU or if it is, again, simply a variant. Regardless of the no doubt convoluted explanation the movie will present, Keaton's involvement was enough for one fan to get even more pumped for the film than ever before. Fans intrigued by Anthony Mackie Twisted Metal Peacock series in the works. Video game fans are intrigued at the news of a Twisted Metal series coming to the Peacock streaming service, starring and executive produced by the Falcon and the Winter Soldier star Anthony Mackie. The show is being described as a comedic half-hour live-action adaptation, according to Deadline. The source material for Twisted Metal, a popular PlayStation video game franchise of the same name, has not seen a new title come out since 2012's PS3 reboot. The games center around vehicular combat amongst grotesque and murderous marauders, a la Mad Max. The game's most famous character, Needles Kane, is a serial killer dressed as a clown with literal flames for hair, and who drives an ice cream truck-tin weapon, Sweet Tooth. Mackie won't play Needles in the show, however, instead playing a fast-talking outsider who must deliver a mystery package across a barren wasteland as the dangers of the open road pursue him and his car thief partner. The murderous clown will be among those chasing after the duo. The package delivery is a last-ditch chance at a better life for Mackie's John Doe, a hard-driving milkman with no memory of his past, but who longs to find a welcoming community to call home in a post-apocalyptic Earth. One fan's reaction to the news was decidedly mixed, since the game series has an unambiguously R-rated tone. Many on Twitter were wondering why Peacock, rather than one of the more prominent streaming services like Netflix or HBO Max. On the other hand, maybe a brand new TV adaptation will bolster Sony's interest in developing another game in a franchise that has largely lain dormant for a decade. Gaming and entertainment journalist Erin Ashley Simon admitted she was intrigued both by the comedic approach and the promising prospect of the property hitting a streaming platform, rather than going the oft-fated video game to movie adaptation route. The somewhat grim subject matter of the video games makes the show's comedic focus kind of a bold choice. However, when the game in question follows an ice cream truck shooting missiles at a man whose arms are trapped in a pair of monster truck wheels, It's only logical to create a show that doesn't try to take itself too seriously. Twisted Metal will be written and executive produced by Cobra Kai writer Michael Jonathan Smith, who will serve as showrunner, with Will Arnett and Mark Foreman also executive producing. Okay, stay tuned to our channel. I will be providing you with up-to-date, reliable movie news. Enjoy.